read a book the other day that says something like 0.002% of the animals on this planet are monogamous. Because what you will see in the wild and what you see mostly with humans is social monogamy. They live together. But the infidelity rate sits generally at around 50%. So 50% of those households are not sexually monogamous. And in fact, from an evolutionary point of view, being sexually monogamous is a really quite bad idea because you are...
You know where she gets her stats from? 50%? Really?
Between men and women?
Yeah.
On average?
Limiting yourself to a very narrow gene pool. So we have monogamy mainly in the West because it's a socially prescribed form of organisation. And it was imposed because it is a form of control. If we all just gave in constantly to precisely what our drives were saying, there'd be kind of chaos. And those in power wouldn't be able to predict what anybody is going to do, because actually I'm just going to go, I feel, sexually attracted to whoever that is over there. I'm going to go mate with them, but I'm going to come back and live here. But then I've got a kid over there, and it's all really, really confusing. So over time, when civilization first arose, the more complex we got, and as we started to live together in cities, those in control were like, okay, I really need to be able to predict what these lesser beings are going to do. So I'm going to impose monogamy. You can only live with one person and basically have sex with one person. Nobody actually ever only had sex with one person, but we're going to look like we do. And that's why we have legitimacy rules about children and inheritance and all that kind of thing, because it maintains control.
See, I'm going to explain to you why she's absolutely categorically wrong on this.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
the first thing, and this is not me trying to defend monogamy or anything like that. It's just like from an evolutionary biological perspective, not even evo psych, from an evolutionary biological perspective, we have jealousy instincts and mate guarding instincts for exactly this reason. Correct. Monogamy is not a social construction. It is actually, monogamy, as we know from a social state, yes, but monogamy as
for reproduction,
for reproduction and stuff like that, the human race would cease to exist if there wasn't some limited, at least, form of monogamy. So that because we're a species that relies on investing in our offspring, because our offspring are helpless. They're fragile and helpless until they get to be about 5 or 7, however long it takes for them to run away from danger and put food in their mouths, right?